In my previous video, I said that, you know, our houses are built on the blood of Native people, which they are, but Native people are still here, Indigenous people are still here, and our ancestors, what they fought for, to keep their sovereignty, to keep their people together. We can't let that go in vain because today we are so distracted with politics and consumerism and capitalism, and everybody just wants to make a buck. Nobody cares about their neighbor anymore. And this conversation goes deeper than a short, so I'm just gonna make this into a video because I think this has to be said, because it's what I've been feeling in my heart for a long time now. A lot of us brown people, were, just who we are as a brown people, we get put down. And we get put down in a way that's not explicit. It's more in a way that's very subtle. They make us feel like we are not worth a promotion. We are not worth the title of being a CEO. We are not worth of running for president of these United States. And that is a theme that is constantly brought up about in Mexican communities. And a lot of us Mexicans, we are put into a group. We're put into a group and we're labeled as Latino and Hispanic. They don't care what kind of Latino or Hispanic you are. They just put you into a group. They say, okay, they're brown, they're this type of brown, and, because of this, we're going to put certain images of who they are as a people out into the world, which are false. And that is when they make us feel like we're less than them, that we're less than them, and we're not. A lot of my Mexican people, we are painted to be criminals. We are painted to be the man or the woman who cleans the toilets. We are painted to be, a trafficker of drugs. And that's just not true. That is a very false image that white Euro American people place on us. And since I started this video about, the blood of Native people, you guys need to understand that Native people in the United States, they're also Native people of North America. That means, there's Native people in Canada, the US, and Mexico. There's Native people in South America. The whole continent of America is Native land, making it stolen land. And a lot of people in the United States think that, oh, they're Native American. They're from this part of the United States. But that's a false image. To be Native American is to be indigenous of the Americas. And I acknowledge that in my blood, I carry blood of my ancestors, my indigenous ancestors. And it's hard because a lot of us Mexicans, we're a mixed people. Some of us are darker than others, and some of us are lighter than others. And it creates a false division. It makes people feel like they're not Native enough. or they're not white enough, or they're not American enough, or they're not Mexican enough. And it puts us into a really small box where, you're not this, you're not that, you're not this, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. Here are the things you can do, and this is how the media is going to paint you. And that's bullshit. That is bullshit. And you know what? I feel like us as a collective people, as a collective, we are not a monolith. We are not all the same, but we are brown. And as a brown people, we need to come together and we need to stand up for what our ancestors fought, which is their sovereignty, which is their right to exist. And a lot of that has been forgotten within our people. So this Thanksgiving, I just encourage you to think about this, because even as a Mexican, you carry indigenous blood in you. You may be mixed, but that does not mean you are not indigenous enough.